Welcome to 100 Yards of Football. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have our legend segment. And tonight, we got a Delray legend, and we got future legends on the show with us tonight from the great city of Delray Beach. Atlantic head coach, Jamael Stewart. Coach, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Mr. Butler.
Man, it's been an honor, man. I've been wanting to get you on for a while, and I'm so happy you came on tonight. And with us, man, we got some of the future Delray legends on the show. We got Tyrique Hollis with us tonight. Some people call him Big Six. That's what I heard, young man. And then we got the linebacker, the one who do the work, the grunt work. They call him Jayden Parrish. Jayden, welcome to the show, man.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Then we got the leader, the one that I like. I love him. Quarterback extraordinaire. You know, smart, intelligent young man. Mr. Lincoln Graf. Lincoln, welcome to the show, buddy.
Thank you, Mr. Butler.
Man, I'm glad you guys came on tonight, man. I'm so excited to have you on. I think I'm more giddy about this show than any show I've ever done, Coach. You know, and because I tell you, I love the city of Delray Beach, and some of y'all watched my show in the past. I love the city of Delray Beach, and I love what we do in the community, especially the game of football. Football has increased so many lives in the city of Delray. And when I see these young men, I see the next generation, I see what you're doing at the school, man, I'm so glad to have you guys on tonight.
We really appreciate it. I mean, when you talk about the community of Delray Beach, that was one of the reasons I took my son back to the Delray Rocks. Just because of that community type feel that you have surrounding football, and not all about the sport. It's just that community type feel and the way the coaches actually are committed to the growth of these young men.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, at the school, we have an administration and a whole crew that's behind us, and we have that support. So that's what really make it easy for us to do our job as coaches also.
Absolutely. Well, you know, it's amazing, man. You know, like I graduated high school in 1977. That's a whole nother life ago, right? But when I was a kid, the experience that I had as a kid, watching Carver High play football, watching great players play in the city of Delray, and then also, Coach, it was a kind of different kind of a time, right? Because even during segregation, when we had Carver High School, you know, we had a lot of the black athletes from Delray play football at Seacrest High.
Oh.
Because, see, Yvonne Odom, Red Odom's wife, she integrated Seacrest in 1964, I think. And so we had a lot of great talent, you know, because the talent pool in Delray is so vast. We got so much talent, you know, that kids can play at 2-3 schools.
Wow.
And I know you experienced that yourself because you graduated from Olympic Heights, right?
Correct.
Right, exactly. Because one time it was just Atlantic, and half the kids in Delray went to Boca High.
Right.
Then the evolution of that, you know, Olympic Heights, Spanish River, you know, Boca West, you know, all these different schools, you know, American Heritage, you know, I mean, we can go on and on and on, you know, the growth, but the talent pool of football talent is so big. I mean,
right.
we truly can support that kind of a thing.
Well, yeah, when you look at that talent pool, I remember when we were playing, every week there was a rivalry week. Olympic Heights versus Atlantic, Olympic Heights versus River, Olympic Heights versus Boca High. And when you look at the key players on each one of those teams, they were all from Delray Beach.
All from Delray, exactly.
You know, so yeah, that was, and we all used to like, man, I wish we all can play together on one team and go out there and beat up Glade Central.
Well, you know, it's funny, right? Because, you know, with the evolution of everything, you know, you think back, when I go back to when we integrated, so we integrated schools in 1970, officially integrated schools in 1970. I was in the 6th grade at the time, right? And so for the first time I went to school with white kids, right? And they came to Spady Elementary, which is different, right? And so we had that experience. And then, you know, half the kids, like I said, in Delray got shipped to Boca. And so all of us played rock ball together, you know. And Boca probably had more of the rock players than we did that went to Atlantic, you know. And so we always felt the best players went to Boca, right? And they went on and did their thing, but we went on and did our thing as well. And and everybody got a chance to play. And so we always sit around and we talk about, Boca and Atlanta would have played back then because we didn't play back then, right?
Right.
They didn't allow us to play. And then we said, well, if we were on the same team, who would be starting here and who would be playing here, right?
Mm.
And so we still argue those points today. And I'm glad we never played. I'm glad we never played because it gives us a great conversation today.
Right.
So listen, man, these young men we got on the show, man. Coach, tell me about Tyrique Hollis. Let's start with Tyrique, right?
Right. I think Tyrique is a ball hawk. He's a young DB, but I think he can play anything in that secondary from corner to safety. You wouldn't look at him and say that he's a big safety or a big time hitter, but he packs a big punch. Right. He started for us as a freshman in our secondary. Wow. And that's very rare for that to happen at Atlantic. And as you said, he has 2 more years, and he's still learning. But at the same time, I love him. He's a student of the game. Awesome family, and I think he has it. He's going to be another one of those greats. As long as he stay level headed, keep continue taking the coaching, right. And just keep being that leader on the field.
Absolutely. Well, Tyrique, man, I watched some of your huddle tape, man. I saw you robbing people. I saw you taking it to the end zone, man. I said, look at this dude right here, man. Right? All right, so I got to give you a challenge now, right? I got to give you a challenge. All right, you're the next one, right? You're the next one, right? Now you know what we do in Delray, right? We breed DBs. It's a DB factory. Matter of fact, we can call Delray the city of DBs, right? I'm just telling you, it started years ago. Hey, coach, it even started before Barry Hill.
Oh, yeah.
See, a lot of people don't know that Herman Bain in the early 60s was drafted by the Boston Patriots. Y'all don't know about the Boston Patriots, right? So Herman Bain was drafted by the Boston Patriots and started that whole thing. And then, of course, Barry Hill came out in early 70s, and then Charles Canillas was the next one. And then I came behind Charles Canillas, and then the rest is history, right? And so listen, Tyrique, my senior year, you got 2 years to do this.
Yes, sir.
I had 7 picks my senior year. I put 6 in the end zone.
Ooh.
Hey, so I'm giving you the challenge tonight, man. You can do it. Hey, listen, records are meant to be broken, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna be looking every week to see if you pick one off and see if you put it in the end zone, Doc. You can do it, right?
Yes, sir.
So listen, so tell me about as far as you is concerned with the secondary. You love any position better than the other? You love corner better? You love safety? What do you like in the secondary?
I like safety.
Safety?
Yes, sir.
So why is that? Because you can roam free?
Yeah, and I can see the whole field.
I like that. Cool, man. That's cool stuff. So now you play a little wide receiver as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep. So so right now you know for sure if you go to college, what side of the field you want to play on?
Defense. I want to play defense. Yes, sir.
Right. It's not like it. It's not like that. Hey, coach can tell you that too. Coach went to school to play. He was a DB too now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey, so here's what I like. So Tyrique, I watch your huddle. And then Jayden, I was watching you out there. And some of y'all, the way y'all look in uniform, man, I was just sitting here grinning, man, because y'all got them long white socks, right? And that's how I used to do it back in the day. That's how I used to pivot out. Long white socks, Doc. So y'all brought me back, man. Y'all brought me back. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. So look, man, so I'm going to be looking to see what you're going to do this year, man. Keep doing what you do. Hey, I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to give you some advice that I was given. One night, I was introduced to one of the best quarterbacks in the history of the NFL. I was introduced to this guy, and he asked me a question. He said, Bobby, I watch you play, and I'm going like, wow, you watching me play? He said, man, you cover really well. And so he asked me this question. He said, how do you study film? And I said, I don't study film, right? Listen, he went off on me like he was my daddy, right? Or like he was one of my coaches. Took me in the back and broke it down to me what to do, how to watch tape, and what kind of advantage that watching tape would give me. And I took it up. And it changed my whole life in the game of football. You know, when I started to be a student of the game. So I heard Coach said that you're a student of the game. And so you gotta fall in love with the tape, man, because the tape is gonna tell you everything, right? The tape's gonna tell you everything. I mean, when you start watching receivers in particular, you know, watching the way they run routes, watching how they stem, you know, they'll tell you the story, and you'll be able to pick some of those balls off and go to the house with them, you know, because you know what they're doing, right? So continue to be a student of the game, fall in love with tape, and try to pick up what they're doing in the film. And you'll find it. The film don't lie, right? The film don't lie. So that's cool. All right, let me go to this linebacker over here. I got to talk with Jayden, man. Jayden, what's up, man?
What's up?
So I saw where you went to a couple of camps this past summer, and you were the MVP of 2 football camps. Did I get that right?
Just one of them.
Just one?
Yeah.
Okay. And that was, what camp was that?
Auburn camp.
Auburn University, War Eagles?
Auburn War Eagles.
So you went up there and was acting crazy up there, huh?
I had to.
Well, so now I watch your tape. I like what I see, man. You know, you look good at the middle linebacker spot. And I like the way you run the football as well. You know, Coach, I'm amazed by this. You know, every great linebacker is a great running back or a great fullback.
Yes.
You know, if you look at our history, I go back as far as Randy Strong. How many of y'all know Randy Strong? I know Coach will know Randy Strong.
Yes.
Randy Strong was one of the most powerful fullbacks we had, but he's one of the best linebackers that ever come out of Delray. You know, he got drafted by the Baltimore Colts back in the days when the Colts were in Baltimore, right? Out of Bethune-Cookman, right? And so Randy was a heck of a linebacker. And so you remind me of some of those guys, you know. We had another guy. I played with 2 great linebackers. A guy named Jerome Burgess from Delray, played at Atlantic. And then also a guy named Chuck Cunningham. I don't know if y'all know Chuck Cunningham, Coach. I heard of Chuck Cunningham. Great linebackers. And then, of course, Dog Blue was probably the greatest of all time, right? So we got a strong tradition, man, of guys playing the middle of the defense, man. So what do you love about the position? Tell me about it, man.
It's not that hard. You know, if you know football.
Talk about. What you mean it's not that hard?
If you know football, like, right, it's not hard.
Okay.
But that's why I like playing offense, because it's like
it helps
it helps me transition out to defense. So
all right.
That's why I like it.
And so if I ask you, in your opinion, what kind of linebacker are you? I mean, what would you say about the style, how you play the game? What you're a sideline to sideline guy, you're a hole filler, you know, describe yourself to us.
Oh, I feel like I could do both of them.
All right.
Versatile.
So you sideline to sideline and punch and you plug it, right?
Yes, sir.
Now I'm gonna tell you something. Now, you know, every level you go up, you know, you're dealing with a whole different monster, right?
Right.
So, how fast you in the 40?
I haven't really ran a 40 like that, to be honest, because I still need work on it.
Well, everybody needs work on that, right? You can always improve that, right? But at the end of the day, on the football field, I see you're doing pretty good going sideline to sideline. So that's what counts, right?
Right.
So you got that. So let me ask you this now. You know, middle linebacker is that dog position now. You know, right? So you got that dog in you?
Of course.
Yeah. Is it a little bow wow or you barking?
No, it's a pit bull.
Oh, now we talking. I like that. Well, you know, your tape show that, right? You know, watching you on tape, man. You know, I like what I see. I really like what I see, man.
Appreciate that.
And listen, man, I'm looking forward to all you guys in the future, man, because it's amazing. I see Coach started something, this thing called Get on the Radar Tour, right, Coach?
Yes,
And
sir.
we took about 17 to 20 kids around to different
Yes.
colleges.
Yes.
Explain, talk about that for me for a minute.
Well, one thing that I noticed that our kids, especially here in Palm Beach County, they get overlooked.
Exactly.
They really get overlooked. And plus with this new transfer portal going on in colleges, kids, they're not coming to high schools anymore to really look at kids. They're going straight to the transfer portal from other colleges or from JUCOs. So I was just like, we have to do something to get our kids an advantage.
Absolutely.
So was able to plan that tour. I mean, it was like a week-long tour that we did. I forgot the total number of schools that we hit within that week. But I mean, it got our kids experience on being coached by college coaches.
That's cool.
They seen how a tempo of how practice should flow, the expectations. And also I wanted them to show them like the same things that we're coaching here on a high school level, they're coaching the same thing on the college level.
Same thing, right.
So I wanted them to get that experience, but more importantly, I wanted the core group of our team to really bond with one another.
Absolutely.
So that was something big too, just to really get away, show them something totally different besides these four walls here in Palm Beach County.
Exactly. That's strong right there, because one of the things that our history in Delray has shown us is that, hey, look, we can't play outside of Atlantic Avenue and I-95, right?
Right.
I mean, I'll put Delray kids up against anybody in the whole nation when it comes to football talent, right? And so I'm so happy that you got a chance to make them like that. And to start that kind of tradition, getting them outside of Delray, showing them what's out there, and then showing them other kids from other places. Hey, look, dude, I'm just as good or better than this kid, right?
Right. And when they went to these camps, they had the chance to compete. A lot of kids now, they go off these stars and what these stars mean and everything.
Exactly.
But Tyrique made a good post the other week. He was like, them stars don't really make you a football player. Because our kids, Lincoln, Tyrique, Jay, all of them went against kids that were talented, that were so-called 4-star, 5-stars in their areas. And they were able to show that either they're just as good or even better.
Absolutely.
And a lot of those kids.
Well, a lot of that stuff, when you start talking about 4 stars, 5 stars, it's all political.
Right.
A lot of people don't know that,
Right.
It's who can put your name out there. I saw it with my oldest son years ago in basketball, and so it was amazing how parents knew how to promote their kids, and that didn't necessarily mean that their kids were the best kids in that position, right? And so that's cool. Hey, listen, guys, I tell you right now, y'all can play with anybody in the country. I'm telling you right now. Be proud of where you come from. Be proud of your program. Be proud of the coaches that you have who love you enough to take you on a tour like that and do some of the things with you that you normally wouldn't get a chance to do, right? Because the world is big, and the world is just not Palm Beach County, it's not Delray Beach, right? And so I saw we had a kid, I don't know if he graduated, you had a corner from Atlantic playing at Iowa State, right?
Yes. Is
he still there?
No, he's at Duke now.
Oh, okay. He's the one at Duke.
Yeah, he transferred to Duke.
Okay.
He came out the year before he went to state. I think it was like 15. So he was a standout kid. His nickname is Speedy.
Speedy,
so
all right.
we call him Speedy. He came out, I think it was a year before with Marquise Waters. Marquise Waters was at Duke first, and now he's at Texas Tech.
Okay. I got it.
So both of those guys were awesome DBs. Like when you talk about the DB factory, they're part of it.
Right. I'm telling you, man. And it's amazing. I get so proud when I see somebody from Delray somewhere playing.
Right.
I call all my boys and say, look, turn to this channel right here. This is one of my homeboys. Never met the kid a day in my life, right? I'll be son like I known him all my life, right? So it's amazing. So listen, Lincoln Graf, freshman quarterback last year, came in and coached. This dude put up some numbers, man.
Yes.
He put up some numbers. And one thing I like about him, I had a chance to talk with Lincoln one day. We talked for a good little while one day, right? Talking about the old days and talking about what's going on now. And so he's poised. I heard he was a great leader on the field. Which to play the position, you got to be a great leader. Yeah, I mean, I learned that from my high school coach, my junior year. I think Lincoln, I expressed that to you when we talked. And he taught me how to be a leader, and that thing resonated with me my whole life. When I left Delray to go to college, when I left college and started playing the NFL, I never forgot what my head coach taught me, how to be a leader and how to lead by an example. And so you're that guy for Atlantic High School. So tell me, man, how's it going? And what do you think this year is going to hold for you guys?
And I like the direction we're heading, especially after what happened last year. Mm-hmm. I think like how the season's gone so far, I feel like we can keep progressing and peak at the end of the year.
Absolutely. That's cool, man. So, all right. So now on offense now, you're a gunslinger, right?
Yeah.
Don't be shy. Don't tell me if it is, that's what it is. It is what it is, Doc. So you're a gunslinger, right? Yes, you like pushing that ball down the field, right?
Yeah.
I like it. So can you make every pass?
I think yes.
I heard you can. I heard you can, right? And so I see some of your stats from last year as a freshman. I think that's just amazing. To have complete about 67% of your passes, over 1,000 yards and 4 touchdowns. And so I think you're going to get better every year, right?
That's the goal.
That's the goal. And so you got this season plus 2 more seasons. So you got 3 seasons literally to get it done. And so you should get it done. So in 3 years from now, when I look back, you should be the grand pooper of us all, right? All right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best.
No, you just say you're gonna do it, right? so Tyrique, I'm gonna clear something up, Tyrique, so you'll know this, right? So I was a quarterback growing up. That was my main position, quarterback. But we played all our athletes, so we only carried at Atlantic back in those days. We only carried about 28 to 30 kids on the roster. So I had to play defense. I had to play offense. I had to punt the ball. I had to be kicked deep on the kickoff return. I was deep on the punt return, and I was the punter. So I never came off the field except for the kickoff team, right? But thank God y'all don't have to do that today. Y'all got numbers, right? And all the athletes in Delray, you don't have to play both ways. So I consider myself, part quarterback. And so, Coach, I had a show maybe about a year ago. I had listen to this now. I had Anthony Penn on the show, right? And to me, the greatest of all time, right? For me, was. Of course, I was on the show. We had Mark Rick on the show. We had Tom Brown, Boot, on the show. You remember Boot?
I don't remember Boot.
I'm talking Tom Smith.
Oh, Tom Smith. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He played quarterback at Memphis.
Yes.
Started from Memphis. Then we had Omar on the show. Remember Omar, right?
Omar Jacobs.
Omar Jacobs. And we had Boss Man on the show.
Yes.
So we had 7 dogs on Lincoln, quarterbacks from way back in the day, right? And so out of all those guys, I think Omar, because the system Omar played, he threw the ball almost every down, right?
Yep.
So he had some gaudy numbers, right? But Lincoln, you can smash those numbers before you leave, I promise you. You can smash them all, man. You can smash them all. So Lincoln, so let me ask you this: how tall are you?
I'm 6 foot.
6 foot. You still growing?
I hope so.
You hope so? How much you weigh?
160.
160. All right. You're right in there. You got a lot of growth to do.
Yes.
So your hope is to go to school to play quarterback somewhere, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So how are you getting better? What do you do to get better?
I'm just trying to become more control what I can control and really excel at that, and then learning how to react more, and that's coming more with the reps that I've got.
Right. Cool. You gotta keep your mind right? Keep your temperament together, right?
Yes, sir.
And have a short memory.
Yes.
Have a short memory, right? And that's for everybody in this room. You got to have a short memory. Especially if you're playing in secondary, Tyrique, you got to have a short memory, right? Because I promise you, as you go up the ranks, like right now in high school, you can dog a lot of those guys. But as you go to the next level, you're going to have some guys on the other end that's going to be pretty good, right? And so as far as you go, they get better and they get better. And so all of you guys got to continue to grow your game, right? You got to continue to grow the game, right? And so Lincoln, with you, in the off season, you get a chance to throw to your receivers in the off season, pretty much.
Yes.
Good, because y'all probably do 7-on-7 and things like that, right?
Yes. Not as much as I wanted to do it this past season, but definitely be doing more this upcoming off season.
I mean, that's some cool stuff. Because see, we never had that kind of stuff when we were coming up.
Right.
I mean, you didn't even have 7-on-7 when you came out of high school, right?
No, I mean, football now is almost year round. If you
year round, right?
Almost year round,
right. So, do any of you guys play any other sports? Lincoln,
Yeah, I play volleyball.
You play volleyball?
Yeah, I played that last year.
Get out of here! Are you serious? Coach, you messing? Come on, man!
Nah, he's serious. He's serious.
You serious?
His teachers asked him to do it, and he stepped in and started playing. Yeah.
So all right. So you telling me you got a little vertical then, right?
Yeah, I got a little something.
Because they so modest. These kids are so modest. They're so modest, right? So Lincoln, what about you? You play other sport?
Yeah, I play basketball, and then I want to play volleyball with Tyrique this year.
Oh man, that's cool, man. That's cool. That's special. That's special. So, Coach, how you let them play other sports now? You might be the only coach I know nowadays that allow your kids to play other sports. What's up?
Well, you know what? I think it's all about the cross training because, like I said, like football sometimes can be a year-round sport, and you want kids to be drained with it. You know, you don't want to put all their eggs in one basket. I mean, all of these sports going to complement each other. Like JP, he's doing track as well, so he did track in all season. But I think it's certain skills in volleyball that they're going to be able to use in football. Hand-eye coordination, lower body explosion, quickness, that lateral movement, everything.
No doubt about it. Well, I'm thankful that we didn't have that issue when I was a kid because, I believe for me, the best thing I did as a ninth grader at Atlantic was play basketball, right? Mm-hmm. And so I got moved up to the varsity at the end of my freshman year. And so, I'm playing basketball. What if Coach Dobar would have came to me and said, "Look, Bobby, you got to leave that football alone, man. We're doing summer leagues. We're doing this. We're doing that. You need to play AAU basketball." I would have missed the boat, right? But we were allowed to, when football season was over, it was over, right?
Yep.
And then I played basketball. And then when basketball season was over, I ran track. Coach Harris was my track coach.
Okay.
Yeah, Harris. And then after that, we had spring football.
Right. And see, that's what I tell the kids. If they're not playing another sport, they're in the weight room. And they can choose whatever sport they want, whether it be weightlifting, whether it be baseball. If they're not playing another sport, then they should be a mandatory weightlifter.
That's cool, man. That's cool. That's good stuff right there. That's good stuff. Well, I'm gonna say one thing to all three of you guys, right? Even if you're playing a different sport, I'm just gonna tell you this: get in the weight room, get strong. Okay, I'm just telling you right now. Get in the weight room, get strong. Right? Get your legs strong. Your legs is really gonna dictate how long you can play the game. Get that leg strength, get that upper body strength, right? Work on your speed constantly, right? And Coach said something a few seconds ago, which is powerful. And I hope y'all heard him. The same drills that y'all do in high school, they do in the NFL. I want you to think about that. The same basic fundamental drills that you're doing in high school, they do in college, they do in the NFL. So I tell kids, if you want to get really good, work on those basic fundamentals until you get so good at it, you can do it in your sleep.
It becomes muscle memory.
It's called muscle memory. Yeah. Exactly. And so, Jay, you start thinking about running over bags, right? Going lateral over bags, right? You do that enough, you'll be in the game and linemen will be falling at your feet and you won't even know what you're doing. You'll be just hopping over those guys' bodies like you're going over bags. Right? It'll be second nature to you, right? It'll be second nature. So y'all continue to work on that stuff, right? Because it's just gonna make you better. Don't get bored with it. Don't get bored with the basics. Work it, and work it, right? And you don't need your coach to get on you. I mean, you can go home and throw the ball, right, Lincoln? You can do things with the ball at home, right? I mean, you can do things. So you'll keep working on your game. Your game will always evolve if you keep working your game. And you'll get better. You'll get better. And so I just want to challenge you guys with that, right? I want to challenge you guys with that. So man, I'm gonna try my best to get home to a game this fall, man. I've been saying that for the last 2 years, man. I need to get home and come to a game. I got to see these guys up close and personal. Matter of fact, I was home last year. I can't remember what game. I was home, and I thought the game was on Friday night. I started getting dressed, and I called one of my buddies, Fred Bernardi, right? You know Fred Bernardi. I called Fred. I said, man, you going to the game tonight? He said, what game? I go to the Atlanta game. He said, they played last night. Said, come on, man. You got to be kidding me. So y'all played a Thursday night game, and I didn't know. And so I was
and you know what they're doing? They're doing a lot of those now because there's a shortage of referees.
Okay.
So they don't want, so many games on Friday night. Now they're making it a requirement for a lot of schools to have at least 3 or 4 games on Thursday.
Right. Cool. Yep. Cool. Well, that's cool, man. Well, I know I'll ask the next time before.
Just shoot me a text message when you come.
That's what I do. I do that for sure. So, Coach, I want to ask this question, right? Because I know in Delray and Atlantic High School, we're always trying to win championships. Right. Y'all won it all a couple of years ago, right?
Yes, sir.
And so what is the team goals as far as what you guys trying to accomplish now?
I mean, every year we start the season, we're looking at going to a state final. Absolutely. Get into the state final. That's the ultimate goal. Every year we start. I told the boys like a couple of years ago, it's just that we were winning district championships and not even knowing we were winning the district championship. We'll find out a couple of weeks later. Like, that was a district championship? We wouldn't even think about that. We wouldn't even think about a district championship. So that goal is to get to that state final. And like Lincoln said earlier, we only can control what we can control. We can't control what teams are in front of us. Right. We just have to prepare for them and then come out and dominate. Whenever that date is scheduled. Mm-hmm. So we have a tough schedule, regular season schedule this year, and our goal is to win out and go into the playoffs and win out there. Mm-hmm. My goal is to have these boys have a state championship up under their belt before they leave to go to college.
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, it's got to be the goal every year, right?
Every year.
It's got to be the goal every year. And so, it's amazing, right? Because when I was a kid, I had the opportunity to watch Carver High win back-to-back state titles. And so that's all we wanted to do was to win state, right? Win state. And so when I got to high school, we played in 3 state title games my 4 years of high school. We lost all 3, but should have won all 3, right? But we lost all 3. And so that's always the goal, to get back to that place. And matter of fact, I was in Orlando a couple years ago when y'all played that game.
Yeah,
another game we should have won.
16, I think.
Yeah, another game we should have won, right?
Oh man, that game, I think I've never seen really the city support like that. I mean, going up to Orlando, I think it was like 19 degrees. It was really cold. It was free. The number of people that came from Delray, we played against Dr. Phillips in their hometown. That's and we had more fans from Delray Beach in Orlando than 49 kids. I think we ended up losing that game, I think 16-9 or something like that. 16-9, right. A block punt and a pick 6.
Okay. Yeah, exactly, man.
got us that game, man. But it was humbling to see the crowd and the support from the city.
Right. Well, absolutely, man. I mean, that's our pedigree. That's our breed, man. That's what that's what we've always done. And I know you guys. How many of you guys play rock ball? You the only one, Jayden? Tyrique, you play rock ball?
Yep. No, sir.
Tyrique played at Boca Jets.
Okay, cool. All right. They play good football down there now.
Yeah.
You know, Boca Jets was always, when I played the Rocks, it was always tough competition.
I think he's probably one of the few teams from Boca Jets that can say they beat Delray.
Oh, really? I took my hat off to you, Doc. I took my hat off to you, right? So yeah, so, you know, even with the Rocks, man, we won championships every year.
Yep.
So it was really the expectation, right? We always thought we were going to win it or have a chance to win it. And we go to high school and we played, you know, like I said, my 4 years, we played for 3 state titles. And then I go to Florida State, and that program turned when I got there. And we started climbing up the charts there, played in 2 Orange Bowls. And then I got to Atlanta and never saw the championship again, right? So anyway, so yeah, man. So listen, man. I wish you guys all the best, man. I support everything you do. Always remember, and I know you've heard your parents say this, you heard your coaches say this all the time. You know, make sure you're taking care of your classroom work. You know, make sure your dream, if you're really dreaming big to do this thing, go to college. And I don't know if you guys dreaming to play pro ball or not. You know, even when you dream about that, it's going to be hard to make it. But at least you guys can get college scholarships and go to school for free, right? Get an education and do better for yourselves. And then come back just like Coach did and help other kids do the same thing you did, right? There's nothing more empowering than that. And I'll say this: when I was playing, I didn't know how important coaching was, or I didn't value it, Coach, like I do now, right? Because I get a chance to speak in the kids' lives and go speak to teams and do banquets and things like that, and train kids. I do more football camps than I do anything. But yet still, it's a form of coaching, and just the opportunity to get in front of kids and to give them hope and to tell them if they keep working hard, that all your dreams can come true. Hey, listen, guys. When I left Delray to go to Florida State many years ago, I only weighed 145 pounds when I went to college. That's all I weighed, Coach, 145. And Coach Boughton didn't know how much I weighed. He wouldn't offer me a scholarship. But when I was on my recruiting trip, the coach who was recruiting me said, when you go in the room with Coach Boughton, don't take your jacket off. Keep your jacket on the whole time, right? I didn't know why. I'm like, why I gotta keep my jacket on, right? Well, I only weighed 145 pounds, right?
Right.
And so I got there, and I made the best of my opportunities, and ended up playing as a freshman. And then great things happened for me after that point, right? So don't let anybody tell you you can't do anything because you're not fast enough, you're not strong enough, you're not big enough, or whatever it is they say you can't do. Believe in yourself, trust in yourself, trust in your dreams, and believe in your coaching. And I promise you, man, all your dreams will come true.
Definitely.
All your dreams will come true. And be a good citizen. Be a person. Just be a good kid, man. Be a good kid. Enjoy your high school years, and just be a good kid. Just be a good kid, and good things will happen for you.
Well, you make a great point. When you talk about the coaching aspect of it, I think the things that I love is not the conversations that we have on the field about football, but it's talking to these kids outside of football, or just what interactions they may have in their daily life, or with their peers, dealing with their peers, or when they start dealing with conflict or whatever it may be. Being there, helping to guide them in those types of situations is really what I treasure.
Absolutely.
At the same time.
Absolutely, man. It's nothing like it, man. It's nothing like it. It's nothing like it. There are a lot of great men in the city of Delray who helped me. I lost my first true mentor named Bump Mitchell a couple years ago. He's a great Delray Rock coach. He's a police officer, sergeant of Delray Police Department. He was my first coach. And after he coached me, after I moved up to Delray Rocks, because he coached me at 80 pounds, and next thing you know, I'm playing 105. He's watching me. I'm playing 130. He's watching me. I go to high school. He's watching me. He's calling me. He's talking to me, right? Man, I can't even begin to tell you what that did for me, And when I had his approval, right? Man, because Bud Mitchell was a no joke kind of a guy.
He was one of the toughest coaches I had.
Right. He was no joke. And coach, off the camera, we'll talk about some of those things that he used to do to me. We'll talk about, but I stayed the course. I mean, he worked us and pushed us hard. And that's another thing, Lincoln and Tyrique, and Jayden. Don't be afraid to be pushed. Don't be afraid to be pushed, because it's that pushing is going to make you excel and go beyond those lines that you normally wouldn't go beyond, right? It's that pushing the back. It's when your mind is saying that, man, I don't know if I can do this, but they're still pushing you. That's when you got to know that, hey, look, I can't quit. I got to keep going forward. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to keep moving forward, right? And if you just keep moving forward, you'll find yourself getting through every threshold. And you'll find great things happening for you in your life. I promise you. Never quit. No matter what you do, never quit. Just never quit, right? Never quit. And I promise you, and I'm quite sure you already experienced that. There's some times when you're gonna want to quit, but just don't do it. Just don't do it. And your dreams will come true. And let me say this: more than your dreams will come true, because you can't even fathom, what are the possibilities in your life if you just keep pushing through, right? You never know. You just never know. Definitely. Well, look, Coach, man, thank you guys for your time, man. I really appreciate you guys, man. And like I say, when I come down there, I'm gonna have my microphone on the sideline. We're gonna be talking to these guys.
Man, no problem. Lincoln and Tyrique, y'all have any questions for Mr. Butler?
Yeah, any questions?
Hold on, I'm thinking.
All right, Tyrique, what's the longest pick six you've had so far?
Oh no.
You don't know?
It's about 60 yards? 70?
60.
Yeah. I don't think I went over 60. I don't think so. But see, I used to play in high school. I played safety, right? And me and Larry Coffey was the two safeties, right? And so I played on the left side, he played on the right side. So no matter whatever the formation was, I was going to either be a strong safety or I was going to be a free safety, right? So I didn't know what it was. I just knew I was going to play on the left side pretty much. And so because most teams were right-handed, I ended up being a strong safety most of the time on the left side. And so I don't know why teams will always try to run coach a 5-yard out on me. And I was covering the tight end. The tight end, coach. I'm covering the tight end. And they're throwing these little diagonals, these 5-yard outs. And I keep picking and going to the house. And I keep thinking they're going to pump me next week. Somebody's going to pump me next week. And the next week they'll throw it again. I get it again and go, right? So that was a lot of fun for me, right? It was a lot of fun. And so, but the thing I love doing more than anything, Lincoln, was throwing touchdown passes, man. I'm just telling you. There was nothing better than that for me, right? There was nothing better than that for me. So what's the longest touchdown pass you've thrown so far?
That I've thrown, probably close to 70.
70? All right.
I didn't throw it that far. My guy ran.
Yeah. Hey, you still get credit for 70, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you ain't got to throw a 70 in the air to get a 70-yard touchdown.
You know, the crazy thing, his first throw of his high school career was about a 50-yard touchdown pass?
What?
It was like 35.
What?
Yeah.
Hey.
35. But, first snap. His first snap, come in and throw a fade route. He goes deep.
Man, you had to be jacked about that.
Yeah, it was nice.
Gosh, man. As a freshman?
Yeah. And, he came in and beat out a senior.
Wow.
He came in and beat out a senior his freshman year. And meaning he had all of our upperclassmen, the receivers, everybody around wanted Lincoln to be that guy. They supported him.
Wow.
They wanted Lincoln to be that guy. So,
well, Lincoln, that says a lot about you. That says a lot about you to be that young and to come in. And I can tell your persona. How you sitting there, and Coach. I can see he's even keeled. And
he's very humble. Yeah,
very humble.
Yes.
See that 35, that's a 50-yard touchdown, man. I know. I know that's a 50-yard touchdown, Doc. Well, cool, man. Well, I'm excited, man, for you guys, man. I'm always asking about Atlantic High, what the kids in Delray. I ask guys who go to the game who's out there, who they got now. You know, I'm always interested in that, and I just wish you guys all the best, man.
Yeah, I think with this with our sophomore and junior class, this is probably, since I've been there at Atlantic, this is like the most talented group of athletes that we've really had together.
Wow.
You know, awesome. When I go back and looking at the group that Brandon Flowers and Brandon Owens, all those guys that they had on that team, this is what these guys remind me of.
Wow.
You know, so,
that's big. That's big right there, Coach. That's big right there.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's one thing about Delray. And you know, I say this over and over again. One thing we don't lack. We don't lack talent.
Not at all. Not at all.
We don't lack talent. So, which is a great thing. Well, look, man, thank you guys for being on the show. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show for tonight. If you like the show, share it with your friends, comment. This is 100 Yards of Football, and this is our legend segment. We have Coach Jamael Stewart with us, Atlantic High great coach, Lincoln Graf, Tyrique Hollis, and Jayden Parrish, who's with us tonight. Hey, guys, thank you again for being on the show.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Butler.
All right. Peace. Go Eagles.
Thank you.